Hello, hello. Good morning. I just wanted to do a bit of an update and some information on video conferencing and calls and how small businesses can use this. As a kind of suspected, Zoom, the most popular choice, has been experiencing outages. It's not exactly surprising. Literally, the world has jumped on board to use their service, and yeah, there's been outages as people woke up in the US yesterday, um, with people not being able to make their calls and meetings. So, first recommendation on that is that if you are using Zoom, um, do it when the states are asleep. So, if you focus on maybe holding as many of your virtual meetings and conferences in the mornings, because by the time it gets to the afternoon, they will wake up and service is going to degrade. So I've mentioned Zoom. That is probably the best known virtual meeting, video conferencing, and webinar platform out there. I tend to recommend a different one called Click Meeting. The main reason that I choose that is their package is very economical and more accessible for small businesses. But also, it doesn't need any software installation on the part of meeting attendees, which is a bit of a pain with Zoom. When you first go to a Zoom meeting, you have to download some software. So I like Click Meeting. It's very reasonable. And another one is GoToMeeting. A little bit more expensive, so we tend not to use that so much. But again, a great platform. So, what are your options? What is going to work for you? How much is it going to cost you? So, when it comes to video conferencing, you've got several options and things to consider before you hold your online event, meeting, whatever it is. If it's a one-to-one session and you literally just need a video call, you can just use Skype and you can use Messenger, you can even use WhatsApp. So if it's just to have a one-to-one with someone, one person, you don't need to record it, you don't need to book them in, you can use those methods. If, on the other hand, you actually want to book a meeting time, send somebody a link to say, I will be here at this time, click here when at the time or 30 seconds or 5 minutes before, then you should use a delivery platform such as Zoom, such as Click Meeting, such as GoToMeeting. So that's in a one-to-one situation. If you're using a delivery platform, then you can sometimes, depends on the platform, but most of them, and depending which plan you've chosen, they do have free ones. I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. But you also have the option to record it. So if you are a life coach, personal coach, business coach, or other professional providing advice, that might be a nice little added extra you can offer to people during this time and say, look, I can record the session for you and send you a link so you can refer back to it. Also very useful for your own notes. Always tell people if you are recording, though, and you have to give them the option not to have it recorded. So that's in one-to-one situations. The other situation you get is one-to-many, which is a webinar. So if you think of that as going to a show and you're going to be performing. So you deliver the webinar, you're not particularly interacting with the other people who have come. Maybe they can leave you some comments in chat, but they're not going to be having a two-way conversation with you in the meeting. You are just delivering to them. Again, you have the option to record, and you can send them a replay link. You can also send people who registered but didn't attend a replay link if you wish. So that's one-to-many. And then you've got many-to-many. So that is a meeting. That is where everybody can interact with each other. You have several, different screens, windows in your webinar dashboard. You can see everybody else. You take it in turns to talk. Obviously, it gets very confusing if everybody talks at the same time. So you kind of have to have at least a leader or experienced people who know how to behave, webinar etiquette, if you like, or video conferencing etiquette. So don't all try to talk at the same time. If you're leading the meeting, explain how you're going to run it, how people can have their input, and you can also activate people and move them around. If you're taking part in an online meeting, you also have the option to turn off your microphone so people can't hear what you're saying. If you just want to listen, or if you've got noise in the background, you can take part in the meeting but turn your microphone off and just turn it on when you need to. If you need to do something whilst in an online meeting, you can also turn your camera off, so it will just show a blank screen. So really good for meetings. Click Meeting has a free 30-day trial, which I thoroughly recommend. You get a lot of facilities with it, but they'd have sort of throttled it back a little bit. So you can get 25 users online for a meeting or a webinar. What you tend to do is set up a webinar and turn it into a meeting, but they provide a lot of help and training if you sign up. So you can get, 25 users online. You can record for up to 25 minutes, and that is free. Then after that, if you want something like you want to record for longer than 25 minutes, or you want to invite more than 25 people, or not invite, but have online to more than 25 people, then you're going to need to pay them. If you need recording, you're going to pay more than if you just need more people in a live meeting. So consider that. You're probably going to pay twice as much. So it's maybe instead of £20, you're going to pay £40 odd. You don't have to sign up for a year. You can just pay as you go for the month. So if you want something that is really feels going to be really critical to your business, you want to be able to record, you want to have lots of people online at the same time, then just for the next month or two, it may be worth you paying for premium access to those services. Let me just think, there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, yes. By all means, use the free services, but also bear in mind that demand is extremely high, higher than it has ever been and is likely to ever be again. If you are on a free service, you are going to get the lowest level of priority. Again, if this is something that is critical to your business, get a paid plan. Even if it is only for a month or two, pay up, because then you're at least going to get a priority of service above the free people. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if in the next few days we see video conferencing companies temporarily removing their free trials as they reach capacity. So I would pick a service now, sign up, get an account, just so that you have got your seat at the table as such, because I would not be at all surprised if they do stop free trials temporarily. Anything you need to know about video conferencing and meetings, give me a shout. you don't have to, be Hollywood camera ready. As you can see, I'm quite tired this morning. I have no makeup on, and I'm talking to you. It's not within video conferencing culture, if you like, to have to look perfect. You are there for a meeting and to talk and collaborate. So the best thing is just to have a reasonably quiet environment. Have yourself all set up. Make sure that you've done camera and audio tests to make sure that everything is working as you expect. Get signed up to a service. And if you want to do a test meeting with me, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know and we can do that. So I will have some more help videos coming up, but I just wanted to get this about video conferencing out because I know people are confused about what will work best for them. You can use it. So I'll just give you some examples. You might use a webinar type call if you were a yoga instructor or fitness instructor leaving a class. You might use that sort of model if you need to give a presentation to lots of people, or maybe you're a performer or a comedian. You could tell jokes. You can put ticketing in front of this. You can make people sign up and pay before they see it. I would suggest in the current climate, unless you've got something really, really special, I would really concentrate on delivering people value right now, because there's going to be a lot of free stuff out there. So yeah, you can use it for those. If you're need a collaborative meeting with several different people, maybe to discuss plans, to network, then you're going to need a one-to-many but meeting scenario. If you are a practitioner of some sort, then you're going to need one-to-one, and really you just need to decide if you need to be able to send people links, have a record of their meeting with you, and the potential for recording. Any questions, give me a shout, and have a good day, everybody.